You've probably spent months planning your next hardware upgrade, but pouring your budget into high-end components while staring at an outdated screen is like dropping a Ferrari engine into a cheap, heavy chassis. If you're buying a PS5 Pro or assembling an RTX 5080 behemoth to prepare for massive upcoming releases like GTA 6, pairing that power with a legacy display means you're throwing away the visual fidelity you just paid a premium for. Let's look at this chart. We're mapping out how much you spend on processing power against the actual visual output you perceive. See all this data trapped down here in the lower right? This is the IPS bottleneck. It shows that maxing out your credit card on raw computational power doesn't naturally scale your visual experience if your panel relies on old display technology. All those hyper-detailed textures and advanced lighting engines get lost in transmission. The hardware calculates it, but your screen physically cannot render it. The definitive engineering solution to this bottleneck in 2026 is the 4th-generation QD-OLED monitor. But making that jump isn't easy. You're looking at a massive $1,000 investment, and the market is clouded by confusing specs regarding panel coatings and lingering anxieties over permanent pixel burning. Choosing the wrong specification, like putting a glossy screen in a sunlit office, or buying a massive ultrawide for a PlayStation console, will completely tank that investment. We are going to map out exactly whether QD-OLED makes sense for your setup. We'll break down the outdated tech fears holding you back and route you to the exact model designed for your specific ecosystem. Navigating this decision matrix is the single most important protective measure you can take before swiping your credit card on any new gaming hardware. To understand the display bottleneck, we have to look at how older screens build an image. IPS and mini LED panels rely on a powerful, always-on backlight behind a color filter. This diagram shows the direct result of that backlight. When a mini LED tries to display a bright white star on a dark night sky, liquid crystals can't completely block the light behind them. That leakage creates a gray halo around the star, known as blooming. On the right, QD-OLED pixels generate their own independent light. When they need to show darkness, the surrounding pixels simply turn off. No electricity flows and no light is emitted. This creates infinite contrast, where true black is an absolute void, not just dark gray. There is a practical trade-off here. Achieving that absolute black means OLEDs cannot match the searing peak full-screen brightness of a mini LED if you play in a brightly lit room under direct sunlight. But for modern graphics engines that rely heavily on volumetric lighting and intense shadows, infinite contrast gives the image a physical, three-dimensional depth that backlight-driven panels simply cannot replicate. Contrast is only half the equation. Next-generation open-world games like GTA 6 demand flawless motion clarity for high-speed tracking and rapid camera pans. Your current monitor probably claims a 1 millisecond response time. That is a marketing fabrication. The actual physical response time on top-tier IPS panels sits between 3 and 5 milliseconds, which causes trailing and visual ghosting. Notice the difference on this chart. The physical response time of 4th-generation QD-OLED pixels is a near-instantaneous 0.03 milliseconds. When we move shapes across that timeline, the IPS response time leaves a smeared, fading shadow behind the object. The OLED transitions so fast that every single frame maintains pristine, razor-sharp edges. The catch here is that this ultra-fast pixel transition is entirely unforgiving. If you play older, unoptimized games locked at 30 frames per second, the instantaneous pixels will actually expose and emphasize the native stutter of that low frame rate. When fed a clean signal, a game running at 60 frames per second on an OLED feels vastly sharper and more fluid than the exact same game running at 100 frames per second on a traditional LCD. We need to address the psychological barrier keeping most people away from OLED displays, the fear of permanent image retention, or burn-in, from static UI elements. Heat is the primary cause of organic pixel degradation. Gen 4 panels solve this physically by integrating custom graphene heat sinks directly behind the panel to instantly absorb and disperse the heat generated by peak brightness. On the software side, artificial intelligence imperceptibly shifts the pixels in the background and locally dims static HUD items like minimaps. These countermeasures are so effective that major manufacturers now include unconditional 3-year burn-in warranties as standard. Gen 4 engineering also realigned the physical subpixel structure. This permanently resolves the color fringing effect, making small text annoying on older OLED models. These 4th-gen panels handle office work as reliably as a late-night gaming session, bridging the previous gap between entertainment performance and daily durability. Let's look at this decision tree to route you to your ideal monitor. We'll start down the console path for PS5 Pro owners. Your strict prerequisites are a 16:9 aspect ratio, Dolby Vision, and full 48 gigabit HDMI 2.1 bandwidth. Your exact match in the current market is the Alienware AW3226QF. The environmental trade-off for this model is its glossy screen coating. It delivers breathtakingly deep, inky blacks, but it acts like a mirror in bright environments. If your room has lots of open windows, you will need blackout curtains. Matching that full 48 gigabit bandwidth directly to the console is vital. It completely eliminates chroma subsandling, guaranteeing uncompressed color data. Moving back up the tree, we head down the PC enthusiast pathway, specifically for those building high-end RTX 5080 rigs in brightly lit rooms. The structural match for this profile is the 2026 Samsung Odyssey OLED G9. The Samsung offers a matte anti-reflective coating to kill harsh window glare, alongside a massive 32:9 aspect ratio for complete peripheral immersion. But beware, consoles don't support ultra-wide resolutions. Plug a PlayStation in and you'll stare at massive black bars on both sides. That brings us to our third and final path, the pragmatic buyer, who demands flagship specs but has a tighter budget. The MSI MPG 32URX24 is the high-value choice here. It strips away the premium aesthetic casing, but delivers essential DisplayPort 2.1a connectivity and top-tier HDR performance for hundreds of dollars less. The takeaway from this framework is that there is no single best overall monitor. There is only the objectively correct tool for your specific hardware ecosystem and room lighting. If your primary use case is staring at static spreadsheets for 10 hours a day in blinding sunlight, stick with traditional IPS panels. But for gaming, moving from a standard IPS display to a 4th-generation QD-OLED produces a far more drastic, immediate visual impact than jumping from one generation of graphics card to the next. Before you swipe a card on any discounted model, verify 3 things: full 48 gigabit HDMI bandwidth, glossy or matte screen coating, and a dedicated USB port. This OLED technology gives you flawless motion clarity, blinding neon highlights, and terrifyingly deep shadows, all running simultaneously. Matching your screen to your processing power ensures you see the detail you've already paid for. It is the final link in the chain that lets the most ambitious titles of 2026 perform exactly as they were designed.